We got Echo first up for the team 1 versus Sajiro, charging out, activating the banner. This man is ready to go. May playing his hand early as Echo knows exactly how to respond. It's going to be quick fear, but Sajiro waiting down for Echo. It looks like if he has a full burst, he might be alright. He's going to leap away while disarm, but should be able to wait out the disarm to get back in. The charging out pretty early on versus Echo. Go for the Blaze Storm. Echo could be in trouble. Fist of Fury parrying out Sajiro. Sajiro just trying to see if he can avoid Echo whenever he can't hit him. Karma, it looks like Sajiro might just have to burn through a Karma. It looks like he's not deterred by that Karma at all. And Echo knows this. He's just going for the full reset. Activated forward brew, gives himself a little bit of a defensive with a Ring of Peace to boop Sajiro out of the way. This Fury Warrior he sees all those attempts for Echo to deny Sajiro opportunity to do much to him. And Sajiro doesn't really care. The only one that he really backs away for is Fist of Fury because that's quite a bit of damage, quite a little bit of survivability for Echo. Quick board by the monk, looking for the flesh cap. Sajiro leaping right next to him with a quick pummel into Zerkins to get out of that in-cap and trying to see if he can pressure Echo some more. Does he have another leap? He does have another leap. You can't get this warrior off your back at all unless I can get another Fist of Fury or any kind of disengages. He might be in a bad spot. Looks like he wants to turn it around, may potentially get a damage back to Sajiro. Sajiro, bigger rage regeneration. Fist of Fury slow him down for a little bit moment, but it's going to give him some massive heal for Echo. Quick charge to intercepted Echo with attacking Fury. Got himself Ring of Peace in order to keep himself at bay. Flash cap for Sajiro, forced Echo to close that gap and try to go for a quick interrupt. Does Sajiro have yet another leap? If you got one more leap in there, he should be able to reconnect and maybe get Echo low enough to land that sweet, glorious X-Kid. In-cap actually stops Sajiro and distracts for a moment. Echo meets him with a Fist of Fury. Fear by Sajiro. It's just saving up. He needs to build up a little bit more rage. Got himself Reckless. I'm not sure if that's a Reckless abandon like cooldown or just proc from raging, but looks like it's going to be a quick charge. Oh my god. Looks like it might have just been a proc and in a single crushing blow, he just crushed Echo. Wasn't even an execute. The guy just went from like 20% health, maybe a little bit less, to 0 in a single 1-2. Jesus Christ, is so strong. And they've nerfed your warriors a little bit too, but looks like they didn't really need it. Sajiro versus Errors, and Errors trying to go for big damage, but Errors taking damage of his own. He's the one with the banner. Sajiro got a banner as well. It looks like both the warriors are just unleashing full rage on each other. That's going to be Errors within rage regeneration, but looks like it might not help him at all. Oh my god! This man is a monster. He just dumps her down. Errors had a full enrage regen, and Sajiro didn't care. He literally was like, you know what? I see you got a defensive. I don't care. I'm just gonna truck right through you. Jesus Christ, just bulldoze that boy. Fast, I'll try to see if he might be able to deal with this warrior by keeping him away, sending all the pests, letting the pests deal with him. But he wants to stay in the high ground, wants to stay away from Sajiro as best as possible. Flash cap, unless he has an interrupt, I don't know how much he can really do about it. Sajiro does give himself quite a bit of recovery. Quick interrupt pummel onto Fassel. The Obelisk should can take it down. Sajiro, if he's not careful, the Obelisk could eventually ramp up this pet damage to be quite high. Especially if you got a lot of pets, it could become overwhelming. Fassel attempt to go for another decimated bolt. Quick reflect up for Sajiro. Gonna be shattering throw to break through the Dark Pact and the Flesh Cap. Does go for the pummel. Dark Pact not gonna hold on for too much longer, but that's gonna be a quick stun. So Fassel might be able to get himself a little bit more survivability. Looks like the shields are coming in back to back. He got himself the Aegis. I don't really know if the Aegis can really do much against the warrior though. Reflect out for Sajiro, did not get hit with a Mortar Coil. Fassel sending out even more pets. Demon Doggers with a quick stun from the main pet. With a fear onto Sajiro, does establish a little bit of control versus the warrior, but the warrior is not deterred at all. Quick pummel on that Shadow Fury, interrupted that shadow damage. Hex Fassel in that execute, and Sajiro does end up taking him down. What's going to be up next? It looks like it is going to be Huge Buttman. Established a Primordial with a Fire Ellie. It looks like Sajiro back it up completely. Just supposed to go for a bit of a reset. Got himself either a proc or is that actual Recklessness? I think it was just a proc. I think he ended up hitting like Kevin Slime. And he got himself full Reckless Abandon proc. Lava Burst flying, getting a bit of procs, but Huge Buttman didn't get the biggest procs possible. He needs to send out more Lava Bursts versus Sajiro. And he might be able to get procs for that big Ascendance. It's basically just luck. He's just trying to see if he could roll, but at least he's getting a lot of those instant cast lava bursts from their fire elemental. Pretty often thanks to Seer said. Big banner up for Sajiro. Peter Button could be in trouble. Trying to go for big damage. Got himself a big proc. Sajiro taking a lot of damage. Hex trying to come out for Huge. That's going to be reflected. Looks like he's just going to end up trucking him. Just didn't give him a chance. Huge, what can you do? Sajiro's right on top of you. Just blasting you out. Full banner. Full reckless banner. What could you really do? And Sajiro even got himself the Aegis Stricken to give himself a lot of that magic protection. After they got to find a way to beat him. Can he do it? He got himself full shield of Venus ready to go. Sajiro trying to see if he can stay away from Shield of Vengeance as best as possible. I think Atha might have himself cooldowns available. Stun Sajiro does himself the biggest go with the Night Fae. He might be able to. Sajiro take a load of damage, trying to see if he can recover a bit of health. And rage regeneration is getting used up really, really early. Athaman going in for big, massive damage, but Sajiro recovers all of it. And Atha seeing if he can charge out at Sajiro, got himself the Night Fae. Fear is going to be broken now with that adaptation as Athaman switching back out towards what we remember him using. A lot of that adaptation gameplay is a pally. And it looks like Atha, all he can really do right now is maybe try to will down Sajiro. Sajiro needs to wait until cooldown to back up. He got a bubble and bot to go through, so it's going to be quite a lot. Sajiro got himself a hell of a game. Normally paladins counter warriors. Warriors are quite scary right now. They're quite beefy and quite tanky. So we'll see if Sajiro could hold his own. Got himself reflect. Athaman needs to be very, very careful not to hide reflect back to himself. But it's going to be a blaze storm. Sajiro just trying to see if he can somehow find a way to just bait a Hodge out of Athaman and immune it. Reckless Abandon getting used, I think, up to the proc. Trick it. Now Sajiro trying to see if he can take down Atha. Atha winning the shadow throw behind the pillar. Looks like he might be able to get himself some recovery. Flashlights are getting used. Like Sajiro is still trying to commit for a shadow throw. He might just want to save it for a little bit later. Maybe against Blessing of Protection. Atha is going to swap it to another buff. I'm not even sure which buff at this point. I think maybe Frosty. Trying to see if he can survive this damage versus Sajiro. At least put up some Frosty damage to slow him down a little bit. Stuns Sajiro. Hits him with a hand of hindrance. And is looking for that full recovery. Blessing of Protection is the only thing that could keep Athaman alive. Because Sajiro got himself banner up. This man is unable to be slowed at the moment. Atha looks like he made himself quite a decent recovery so far. Shield of Vengeance is back up. Could potentially use the Shield of Vengeance in order to try to delay some of the damage from Sajiro. Looks like the warrior is not deterred just yet. Continuing just to keep the onslaught versus Atha. He should be looking at Blessing of Protection sometime in the future. Maybe Blessing of Protection, then using mobility to get out of there immediately. Sajiro trying to stay on top of Atha as best possible. Looking for a shadow and throw. Can you line of sight it? Doesn't quite get it fast enough. Looks like it's going to be a blessing of spring for Atha, so it's going to amp up his healing by quite a bit. Might be able to use his healing amp from the Night Fae blessing to keep himself alive versus Sajiro, but Sajiro's procs of Reckless Abandon just give him so much coercive damage, and he's constantly getting those procs over and over and over. Those crushing blows give him so much mobility. Trying to see if he can Night Fae away from Sajiro, but there's a good chance this warrior still has a leap and a charge. Those crushing blows just giving him like a permanent uptime on Athaman. And not much the boy can really do about it. Just absolutely drained of mana. Athaman got nothing in terms of defensives. Sajiro just taking big holy hammer hits and just going for a massive reheals from it. Blessing of Spring, Summer is up for Atha. Maybe Atha maybe make a play here. Has wings. He has the full damage blessing. Does he have a Hodge? Sajiro does not have a trinket. Could be potentially Athaman's final chance to make something happen. Looks he went for a heal instead of damage. He decided, you know what? I need to heal if I maybe want to survive it. I think he should have just committed all the damage in the world. Sajiro breaking out of the stun. Reflect. That's going to be awesome. Blaze Storm up. There's no way to stop this warrior at this moment. Fear to Atha has himself adaptation to break him out immediately. Sajiro got plenty of survivability. Spell Warden is up, Rage Stricken is up to give him a little bit extra protection against any holy damage. And Athaman is just kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place with dampening closing in 27%. Sajiro just continued trucking on through every one of the Paladin's defenses. Quick, kind of a quick, sort of quick 1v5, but a definitely guaranteed one, boys. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's get another one up and running, boys. Yeah, let's get Scotty in there. He seemed barely good to play.